Hello, my name is Waggz and welcome back to another episode of Culture Please. I've lived most of my life in Kenya and I came to the US for college, so basically all my life I've lived in Kenya. There are huge difficulties, especially coming from Africa. My people misrepresent my culture as African, yet my country's culture is different from like the African culture, because Africa is made up of 55 independent countries and each has a unique story and culture. So I don't like when my culture is reduced into one single African narrative, yet my culture is so unique in many different ways, in languages, in food, in festivals, in customs, stuff like that. And there's also another thing that depicts my culture with negativity. It's regarded as traditional, as backward, and that kind of instills some inferiority complex in like relating to my culture. Oh, people are like, oh, Kenya, do you guys have safaris, stuff like that? Oh, do you go for safaris? I mean, there's more to that than safaris. We love our safaris. They are very beautiful. Should actually go for a safari sometime in the future. But like, people should just like not assume, because like I'm from Kenya, I relate with everything that has to do with like the safaris. There is more to our culture than just the zebras and giraffes that are there in the jungle. So that kind of makes me frown when someone is like trying to like stereotype my culture in like, and only like assuming it's all about safaris and stuff like that. Yeah, there are many beliefs that people, I mean, don't appreciate. They are part of the culture and they are regarded as superstition. I wouldn't call them superstition, since they are part of like a person's culture without like delving into detail like what they entail. So for example, issue with like magic and stuff like that, it's like some people practice it back in my country, but some people just call it superstition and stuff like that, and like some communities will frown upon that because it's part of their identity, and when you reduce it to like superstition, they will not be excited about it. I'd like to teach the world my pre-colonial culture, because most of the culture was like submerged after the colonial period, and people don't understand where we come from and don't try to understand like we had a culture before colonialism set into Africa. So I really embody like my prehistory, and like I would love to teach people and I would love the world to know about my prehistory before. Well, they should know that my culture is really warm and friendly to visitors, and they'll treat you nicely regardless of where you come from, and they will respect your values and culture. And just to let them know, they shouldn't be worried about my culture. Don't listen to all the negative things that you see in the media. Our culture is very kind, people are warm-hearted, and they are ready to welcome you regardless of what part of the world you come from. My first president, who is an icon in Africa, who founded the Pan-African movement, was part of it. And those are just to mention a few, but we also have other people who are out there in the world doing great things from my country. I'm also very proud of my food, music, dance. My culture is just awesome, and like the social buzz, it's epitome of awesomeness, and I really appreciate the sense of belonging that my culture has instilled in me. I like the American culture, the way everyone is led to be whatever they want to be with minimal societal judgment and scrutiny. I definitely start from Mount Kenya. It's so beautiful, especially where I live, the town I live in Kenya. When I wake up in the morning, I can see the peak of Mount Kenya, like the snow and like the 3 peaks, and that is so awesome. And if I were to take them for a tour, I'll just start with Mount Kenya. We have beautiful sceneries in coastal Kenya. I will take them there too. We also have white sandy beaches, very exquisite, and that just drives me insane, and it's so exciting. So if I were to like take people in Kenya, I'll start with Mount Kenya, then I'll go to the coastal region of Kenya. Definitely we live in an era where information is accessible almost for free on the internet, on books, but I would encourage people when they're educating themselves about culture to try to read both sides of the argument and discussion about cultures, because one side you never know, you might have some bias and that will stick at the back of your mind, because what we really learn is like what is translated to what we think, you know, and that will be really important. The internet, you can learn books about my culture. There are so many of them written online. Also, if you have friends from my culture, kindly feel free to talk to them, because I believe when you're talking to a primary source rather than a secondary source, it's really crucial to understanding that from someone who is from the culture.
If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, please like and share this post. We really appreciate your support and would love for our message to reach as many people as possible. Thank you, and until next time.
And as we say it in Kenya, asante and kwaheria kuonana.
Bye guys.